Well, hello. Once again, this is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. Today is Sunday, the 6th of February, and this is what is called my vlog for today. A vlog is a video log. It's a blog, but it is in video form, so it is technically called a vlog. Not a very nice name. It reminds me of clog. So it's a while since I did a vlog, but I'm going to be doing one every single day from now on without fail. God willing, of course, at my age. I'm 70 years old. I was born in Warrington in Cheshire, and in 1940, October 1940. I am very proud to have been on this island at that time, during the Battle of Britain, when Britain stood alone with her Commonwealth partners against Adolf Hitler and the grisly gang who worked his wicked will. That said, I'm now coming up to date, 70 years later. In the past few days, I have travelled a bit. On Thursday, I took the express bus, the X43, from Haslingden down to Manchester, and I got off close to the cathedral, where I went, from where I went to the railway station called Manchester Victoria. Rather ancient building, quite drafty old station, to catch a train to Liverpool, where I was visiting some friends. Now, many of the railway stations in the UK were built during the steam age, so they were designed to allow all the steam and the smoke to escape, which means that they're very drafty. Compared to today's electric trains, which are much more powerful, much faster, cleaner and more economic. The problem is, of course, that we still have many old-fashioned diesel rail cars. So even if we wanted to, we've got to keep this kind of station, because if we had a closed-in kind of station, the diesel fumes would kill us all. So we're really the authors of our own mischief. So I took the train on Thursday afternoon from Manchester Victoria, and we travelled through Eccles and Patrickcroft, Newtney Willows and Earlstown, and then through Rain Hill, where by the notices on the station we were all reminded that this line was one of the first lines joining two cities in the world, where they held the famous Rain Hill trials, where Stephenson'S rocket turned out to be the best of the choice of locomotives. That was in 1829, I believe. That's a heck of a long time ago. So we've had a long time to improve our railways, and we've got a long way to go yet. The government is talking of spending 30 billion on a high-speed railway line. But have they thought of this point? By the way that they run their railways, which is give it to a private company, we end up with the most ludicrous fare structure and the most expensive railways in Europe. There is one ticket which you can buy from Newquay in Cornwall up to the Kyle of Lochoush in Scotland, which is over £1,000. You can fly to New Zealand and back for less. Not many people do buy them, I'll agree. But nevertheless, it just shows you the way the railway companies, which are private companies franchised on certain routes, put up the prices. Now, on that basis, any railway company that is involved in the high-speed rail link, they're going to ask £500 single from London to Birmingham. It isn't going to be a railway for you and me. We're going to keep the old structure of our railways with many old rattle-trap trains while we pump 30 billion into a high-speed railway line that nobody can afford except the rich. The railways were built for us all. Brunel, he realised that everybody can't have their own horse and carriage, that their own personal transport, because there just isn't room in the cities for all of us. This was the basic reasoning behind the building construction of the railway, so we could all get about without getting in each other's way. Now, we don't use our loaves in this country. I travel to Romania a lot, and their railways, although slower, and in many cases the rolling stock is older, I think they're a better system because they're far cheaper, and everybody who buys a ticket gets a reserved seat. So there are no overcrowding on their trains because you're not allowed on a train unless you've got a ticket, and that ticket gives you a seat, like it would do on a coach booked from London to Edinburgh, for example. So we ought to learn a lesson from our friends in Romania. Now, I travel on into Liverpool, and I stayed with some friends in Nottingham, and they live quite close to the house where Ken Dodd lives. And I always remember one of Ken Dodd's jokes, and he said, "We all know what the French are like, we only have to look at their bread." Well, I hope you see the funny side of that. I hope nobody is offended, and I hope the French are not offended. But you can see the point, pardon the pun. And from there, I stayed with these friends who are roughly my age, and were joined later by some friends from Loughborough in Leicestershire. And we went to a religious service in the city, and then we stayed the night with the family in Nottingham, and on Friday we drove to their house in Loughborough. On the way, we stopped at the cemetery in Warrington so I could pay my respects to my parents and grandparents in the cemetery there, who died quite some time ago. And then we drove on down the M6 and then across the A50 and down the A6 into Loughborough, and I spent a happy 24 hours there. And on Saturday, he and I went to the Loughborough Central Railway, which is a steam preserved railway, and we watched some steam trains, which is quite nostalgic. So then I came home on Saturday by train from Loughborough to Nottingham, and then a train from Nottingham to Leeds, and then a train from Leeds to Accrington, and then a bus from Accrington to here. So it was quite exhausting. And I hope you've enjoyed my little vlog. I hope I'm not going over the 10 minutes, otherwise I'm going to have to do this thing all over again. Thank you, and God bless. While it's still legal in the UK to say God bless, take care. I'll see you again tomorrow at my next vlog. All the best. Bye for now.